This presentation has been brought to you by Four Walls Productions, where we specialize in creating and bringing your ideas from concept to reality. For more information on products, pricing, and more, please visit us on the web at fourwallsllc.com or call us at 856-650-6556.
All right. Well, I apologize for the technical difficulty. I am back up and running. As Jay said, sometimes you got to leave well enough alone. Just to pick up where we were left off, I know that we were just kind of talking a little bit about the number changes, and we were talking about rules and whatnot. I brought up the idea of the change in baseball and the extra innings, and then we got kind of into the number talk. And Jay, you were talking about how you just hate all the rule changes, and it's interesting because you're not the first person that I heard that from. Because it's like, oh, well, what can you do now? What should we do now? And I know even like, for example, I was talking to like my brother, and he always asked me like, well, when did they change this? Or when did they change that? And, people just like what happens in just the original game that we knew. And it's frustrating with, I understand changes to make the game better, but sometimes I think like you were saying, they just need to leave well enough alone.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I just think that, I even enjoyed the game. Like, I guess if I'm on the other side of it, then I'm like, oh, man, because sometimes, like, for instance, like back in the day with that, was that the Phoenix Suns and San Antonio series or whatever, where I felt like the Suns kind of got, they lost a real honest chance of getting to the finals, I think. Because of the fight. Was it a fight or something like that? They had people suspended and stuff like that. Or even just different plays that you saw where this person should have had gotten a foul or this person traveled. So I understand stuff like that, but sometimes I'm like, you know what? That's just all part of the game, though. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just all part of the game, But I didn't even know they didn't have the instant replay in baseball now. To the same effect they do like all the other sports. You know what I mean? I don't mind it in NFL though. That's the crazy thing. I don't really mind it in NFL. That's the thing. But I mind it in baseball and basketball for whatever reason. I'm not sure, which makes no sense though.
I hate it in baseball personally. I felt like with baseball, one of the things, when it always used to balance itself out, was like a fair ball that was a foul would be called, fair ball would be called foul would be called fair. Everything kind of balanced itself out at some point in the game.
Right.
People, and I know people say, if you can get it right, you can get it right. If you're going to do this, then you need to go to, automatic
Right.
umpires because, that's my feeling.
Right. That's funny.
So, but, because there still are a lot of old school umpires in the game of baseball who, like try to have control of the game and try to dictate a lot of what goes on. And if you're going to do so much as to have every play be reviewable, you need to be able to have every strike be a strike and not have all these different strike zones and things like that. But there's a lot of old school people who would tell you that is part of the beauty of the game is that some umpires had this strike zone, some had that strike zone. So
and you know what? You bring up a great point. And I was actually going to make a joke and tease you. But you actually bring up a great point because you know what? I forget what it was last year. I'm sure it was with my Yankees, but dude was throwing strikes and he was calling it a ball and it really frustrated the pitcher and it damn was a strike. You know what I'm saying? So it's like having those in the game where you could go like this to review the pitch, I think would be really good.
See, I think that's terrible. I mean, the baseball's already a slow enough game. You can't be reviewing pitches.
But I mean, sometimes, you talking about 3-2, 2 outs, 9th inning, and you make that pitch. You mess that call up, you can mess the whole game. You know what I'm saying?
But then at the same time, you can make the argument that how come with the first inning with bases loaded, 2 outs, you can't review it.
Yeah, and when the call was 3-1 and the pitcher threw the same pitch and it was a ball. Now we're going to review it when it's 3-2. So that I think in baseball the only thing you can review that would actually be legit would be plays at bases, fair foul balls. Did he catch it? Did he trap it? That kind of stuff. I don't think you can ever do pitches unless you're going to do every pitch robotically or something like that.
Well, why can't you do it like if it's like from the 8th to or in the 9th inning? Just only have it where it's a certain inning that you do that, because those calls are critical. If you miss those calls, you swing a series.
But the same thing could be said for the 4th inning.
Right, and I'll go back to even my daughter's softball games yesterday. The ump is walking everybody, so the strike zone was so small, and then they play a timed game. So then there was only 5 minutes left, and the other team was trying to get this inning in 5 minutes. So now all of a sudden the strike zone opens up. Like you can't change. Like you can't change the game throughout. It's got to be consistent throughout the whole thing.
Right, but you know what? I heard an interesting some commentary yesterday, and I think it was Mark Jackson. You know what I mean? You know what? As much as I like Vince Carter as a player, I don't like him as a commentator. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care for him as a commentator, but I like his game though. You know what I'm saying? Without a doubt, he's definitely one of my favorite players. Mark Jackson said, "You know what is the difference between the first, second, third quarter?" And then the 4th quarter. Like the 4th quarter is like money time. So the 4th inning, it's like, I'm not discounting the inning, but it ain't like the 9th, especially in tight games and stuff like that.
And I agree with that. But I think in your explanation of what you're saying, you're actually changing like the rules almost, meaning you're changing the strike zone.
No, I'm not trying to
I'm
not trying to change the strike zone. I guess I'm trying to scrutinize it more. I think it should be, under more analyzation than.
I guess here's my thing: if I have bases loaded in the 3rd inning and I'm up, and a pitcher and an ump strikes me out, what's the difference if there's nobody on in the 9th inning?
Well, because again, it depends on the ball game. Like that, you've seen these games down the clutch, especially after the 7th, 8th, 9th, where it's been pitches, and you've seen, I've seen umpire, at least from my vantage point on TV, I've seen them get it wrong, in my opinion. So
for sure, I agree. So
my thing is, listen, those I can't tell you. I'm gonna find the footage on it. But it was like, damn, that was a strike. You could tell that the pitcher was visibly frustrated and annoyed and wind up, because he's all discombobulated. He walked the player, and the other team wind up winning. And really, and when the guy came out to, the manager came out to get and made a call to the bullpen, he was cussing the hell out that ump. And I said, right. You know why? Because that, and even the commentary was like, yo, that was a strike.
Yeah, it happened yesterday, even in the Phillies game. I mean, the Rocky pitcher threw what was a strike right down the middle of the plate, and he called it a ball. And he actually, and he threw his arms up at the umpire. Where was that? And he was so frustrated that he tried to just blow a fastball in and threw a cock shot fastball that ended up getting hit for a 3-run homer. And if he doesn't get that, if he gets that call, then that next pitch is probably not a fastball right down the middle of the plate because his head is more in the game and focused. Right.
And I'm not saying that, not my bad, coach, not to cut you.
No, you're good.
I'm just saying between the 4th and the 9th, I get it because they're similar. But I'm just saying, I think it needs a little more scrutiny. It's almost, compare it to like, what is it like? What is it in football? Is what every score is reviewed in the last 2 minutes of a quarter, or something like that. In basketball,
football now every score is reviewed.
Okay, but basketball, there's something is reviewable last 2 minutes or something
last
like that.
Last 2 minutes, yep. Every plays are in the last 2 minutes. NBA games, the refs make the call.
Something similar to that. Now,
but
go ahead.
I think the difference though is in NBA, what they're reviewing is things that like are absolute. Whereas in what you're saying is like against your boy DeGrom or whatever his name is, our only chance to score on him may come in the third inning. So if he gets a strike called that should have been a ball, but we can't review it in the third inning, that may be the end of the game. Because he's such a lights out pitcher. Like that may be our only shot. So I think it's for balls and strikes, I think it's either all or nothing. I don't think you can say, okay, now we're gonna start reviewing them. Like I think that's not I forget what the word everybody always uses, but that's not, I don't think, a fair way to play the game.
No, and I mean, we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can look into. I mean, I think that in general there are certain things that still need to be corrected. I mean, it's still at the end of the game, at the end of the day, human element always was a part of the game, and I think that was the beauty of it. I mean, like, you go back to, I go back to 1995, I think it was, when the Yankees, the Orioles played, and Jeffrey Mayer reached over the fence and took that home run, back. It may have been caught by Tony Tarasco in right field. Like that was one that always comes to mind. So there's a lot of plays that always come to mind about what should and shouldn't be reviewed. We'll see. I mean, I think it'd be interesting. I know we kind of have mentioned it before about what we'd like to see, in different rule changes, and I still think that you're going to see a lot more rule changes in the next couple of years amongst all the sports to continue to build interest. So,
no, I agree. In fact, I mean, what are your guys' thoughts about it coming down to the scholastic level, like on the high school level? Do you see it going in that direction?
I say no, only because it's just another person that schools would have to pay for, and more. It would just cost more money to get replays, things done, and I think it all comes down to that.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it going into like big tournaments or like state finals, state playoffs, something like that, where you can say, but I don't think day in and day out you're going to have, guys and replays.
I mean, that's true. I mean, I know in New York, you got a shot clock now.
Right. And I think that's the reason why New Jersey will never have it, because of the cost to every school to get it put in and then to pay somebody to do it.
See, that's why I think there needs to be a shot clock in high school basketball.
See, I don't think so. Because I think I remember, especially the Malvern teams, and watching them as a little kid and all those cats that, played on Malvern and being coached by Hank Williams. But then also Georgetown teams, because that's where he got it from. They run that four corners, and just burn that clock. I mean, burn it. One player probably takes 3 minutes.
It keeps a competitive edge. It keeps the games competitive for teams that aren't as talented.
Shot clocks do.
Not having a shot clock. If there's no shot clock, the better team's always going to win. Always.
Really?
If there's a shot clock, because think about it. So if we'll take Camden High's basketball team this year, okay? If I have to shoot the ball every 20 seconds, right? That's at least 3 possessions that, a minute that team's going to get. And they're going to score the ball, a majority of them. If I only have to shoot the ball once a minute, that's just taking away the amount of points they can score.
So what you're saying, so it'll dictate the flow. You have more control over the flow. Is what you're saying.
It just gives teams that, because if teams have to shoot the ball, that's just giving more possessions to, and in a game where I'm not as talented as you, I don't want you to have the ball. It's just like running the ball. It's like running the ball in football. Let's run the clock. It's the same thing. I just don't want you to get the ball back. Okay. But if there's a shot clock and I have to shoot it, you're going to get it back. And then now I have to shoot it again. You're going to get it again. And you're just better than me. So obviously you're going to score more.
That's a good point. I don't know. I mean, because you know what, it makes me think about like the Princeton teams, or even we'll say the even local team right now, Haddonfield, right? So you know they beat Camden before, right? And they didn't beat them. They didn't outrun them. They didn't outpress them. They definitely, you know, they just were able to kind of dictate the pace. So I get that. You're right. You know what I'm saying? So they're just taking their time on. It's almost like with Malton too as well. Malton, they kind of dictate pace a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They're very methodical with what they do. So I give you a point. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's yeah, I don't know. But I could see it coming, if especially as you know, technology tends to continue to advance. I think you now will see a lot of games forever be live streamed. More than ever, you know. You know, and that's something where you know, now you can maybe if you have that quality footage, maybe you can go to the videotape and see what's going on XYZ. I don't know. But it's good points. Good points.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, it's an interesting thing. I mean, I know before we get into kind of our final thoughts for today, you know, one of the things I want to bring up, did you guys hear? I know we always laugh about. We got to talk about the Eagles and Nick Sirianni. I have nothing against Nick Sirianni. Well, Marcus is shaking his head. He's not impressed. But when he's talking about, you know, they're meeting with potential draft guys this week and talking about who they're going to meet with, and he said that he plays rock, paper, scissors with potential draft prospects to be able to gauge their intensity levels of whether or not they'd be a good draft pick. Now, with all due respect, Nick, you just opened yourself up to be made fun of. And people all week long were just shaking their head at what he had to say. And it's like, man, you know, I don't know and I know he didn't mean anything by it. He seems like he's really just a genuine guy who's being honest, but it gives me such I just have to laugh right now with him.
It was just like, yo, like that's not even a good form of, that's not even competitive because it's all chance and luck.
That's it.
And I guess if we play for an hour, I'll figure kind of out what your flow is, but like, why don't we play ping pong? You want to get competitive? Let's play ping pong. Because let's play air hockey, something like that. Like that show, I think that shows more competitive. Or even, you know what? Let's thumb wrestle.
Oh,
I think that would show more competitive. I mean, I guess you can't do that with COVID, but I think that shows more competitiveness than freaking rock paper scissors.
Well, I mean, you can't be 6 feet apart playing rock paper scissors unless you're like.
That is true. Yeah.
You know,
I mean, we could do rock paper scissors right now.
Oh, we could. But that doesn't tell me what kind of football player you are.
I agree. You know? It doesn't show me anything about your competitiveness either.
You know,
right, but I mean, do we really believe in Nick Sirianni? Like, well, was he like the Patsy, the Lee Harvey Oswald? Do we really believe in him though?
It's funny. I was actually talking to one of a girl on my daughter's softball team's father about this yesterday, and he was like, you know what's funny about the whole thing? He is not even going to have a say in who gets drafted. So who cares what he thinks about the players?
He has no say. He is just a figurehead for that organization. And that's why to me, Nick Sirianni gets a complete pass because he's already in over his head. He's the puppet. And I have nothing against that guy, period. And I'm not going to hold anything against him.
No, I don't give him no pass though. No, he don't get no pass. You know what I'm saying? He don't get no pass, bro.
I don't know. I think he does because I think that he's put into a situation where he has very minimal control and he's kind of being told what to do. You were given this opportunity if you're willing to follow our rules. And I think Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman wanted a guy that they could tell what to do. And Sirianni kind of was like, I'll take that gig. Why not?
Well, then
he's still going to be calling the plays and running the practices, so he's got to show something. It's just like when Brett Brown took over. It was like, listen,
and it's interesting though because a lot of players from Indianapolis and what I've said, like they liked him. They liked his intensity. So we'll see.
Yeah, he just got to show something. He just got to show progress. Like you just got to show. It's the same thing like we were talking about with the Phillies. You got to just show that you have a plan. Not your. We don't want to see your systems. We want to see the plan coming together and show it on the field. You're not going to win every game. You're not going to beat teams you're not supposed to, but we should see things coming together, and we should see people in the right spots, and we should see people getting better.
Right. You were drawing a comparison to Brett Brown, though, Coach. You want to finish that point real quick?
I was saying it's just like Brett Brown. When Brett Brown came in, nobody expected the Sixers to be good, but it was like, they should be getting better. They should be, let's see something. Let's be a good defensive team. Let's be this, let's be that. And I think for a few months we saw it, and then we kind of started seeing who Brett Brown really was. But that's all it is. Nobody's expecting you to win. But let's be smart, and let's see, let's just see progress.
So let me ask you all a question real quick. Actually, I have two questions, but I'll save my other question towards the final thought. But the first question is this: how about them saying it's an open competition at quarterback? How about that? Like why you? It's almost like you spaded him. You know what I'm saying? Before you even give him a chance to even, kind of shine in that realm for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't know what is wrong with giving Hurts an opportunity. What's wrong with it?
At this point, it was so dumb because at this point you moved on from Carson Wentz. You drafted Jalen Hurts. And the thing was, okay, and I think Eagles fans were starting to say, okay, this is our guy. We'll give him a chance. And now the front office has fans have zero confidence in this front office, zero faith in Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie. And for them to go and make a comment like that, it's just one of those things of like, you guys have any idea what you're doing? Or you have any idea what is going on in this front office? And like you said, Jay, at this point, the job should be Jalen Hurts, period. Go out there, show us what you can do.
Well, who made the comment? Sirianni?
Yeah, Sirianni did, and Howie Roseman backed it up. So,
I mean, I get coming in trying to say, listen, everybody's got every position's available. I'm a new coach. Like, I get doing all that, but you don't do it specifically. Like, so if you're just gonna say, oh, everybody's working for their job, like for their position, like I get that. But you don't be like, no, it's an open quarterback competition. You just don't say, like, that's dumb. You don't say that.
And it's dumb. I mean, it's dumb. And like you said, if you would have just said that, look, everyone's got, I'm learning everybody. I'm learning every position. Everyone's got an opportunity to, make or break their spot on this team. Then it's not directed at anybody. But by saying it's an open quarterback competition, you're just looking at it like, what? And now, if they go and they draft a quarterback, let's say they go and they draft. Now it's like you're right back at square one.
Exactly.
Right. I think it wouldn't be justified to me. To me, I thought it was justified to draft a quarterback for Carson. I thought it was good. I actually thought it was a good job by the front office to do that because he. Well, no, I understand. Well, he's your fan favorite, but I mean,
I'm done with him now. But you can't ever justify what the front office did when they passed over multiple players that would have provided their quarterback an opportunity to be a better quarterback.
Yeah, I'm talking about them drafting another quarterback because Carson was like Glass Joe.
They drafted another quarterback because they don't know what the hell they're doing.
No. They drafted another quarterback because Carson was injury prone. So that was a good draft pick to me. You know what I'm saying?
Fine. It's okay to draft another quarterback. Where they drafted him is the problem that everybody had.
Okay, See, I feel like you're baiting me into Carson talk, and I don't want to go there.
I don't want to talk Carson because Carson means nothing to this organization anymore. Carson did. I mean, at this point, it's over. It's done with. Until this season is done, and his money's not on the books, then you can put. There's always going to be the what if.
Right, I got you, and we can agree to disagree. Like I know you talk about there's a horrible front office, whatever, but you guys won a chip like 4 years ago. So, but I get it. I get it. I understand it. But I'm just saying.
And to this day, everyone will still tell you that they magically fell into that. They magically fell into that.
Yeah, I don't care if they magically fell into it or not. you got it, and it changed your life and everybody else's that were Eagle fans, because you never had that feeling of winning anything. So whatever, that's fine. But my thing is that Sirianni, I agree with you, Randy. He is in over his head. Just from the start, like I think he might be gone during the season, and if he's not, it's definitely after the season. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead.
Because there's been nothing positive about anything he's done thus far. Nothing.
Yeah, but whose fault is that? That's not his fault.
No. It's his fault that he can't articulate what he wants to do.
No,
okay?
That's not his fault. Because it's not his fault that he was chosen for a position that he's not qualified for. Like if someone offers you,
come on, coach. That's what I'm saying.
Because listen, he know what he signed up for. Like if you get Randy, if you get a promotion, Randy, if you were to get a promotion at your job, that just because the boss thought you were cute, right? Say that happened, and you had no idea what the job entailed. You still have to do the job.
I know you're right.
So just
but
because
I think that the front office set this man up for failure.
That could be true.
So,
but he still got to do a good job, or he'll get fired.
And when he in front of the press, like everything has been almost like a parody, so to speak, with him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Nick Sirianni speaking, clown. You know what I'm saying? It's like a parody to me. We got systems. We got systems. Everything he says is like, the hell are you talking about, bro? Like, you don't really see that's going to be magnified on the field, because Doug Peterson, again, like, you should, he deserved better. Okay, I know you didn't like him, Randy. You thought he needed to go because you were a Carson lover. You know what I'm saying? And I get that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think Doug's ineptitude showed through more than his success, and that's the problem.
Damn. Okay. Again, I'm not even. Again, that's coming from a Carson fan perspective. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But he had to call. Again, I'm not even trying to go there. But at the end of the day, listen.
He didn't even call Philly. You could talk about Philly. He didn't even call it.
Well, who called it?
Nick Foles.
Who authorized it?
Well, yeah, Doug did.
Okay, who gave Nick Foles that level of trust or that level of autonomy?
But I still feel, like I said, Doug was successful, but I think it was time for him to go. I really do.
All right, that's fine. Listen, Coach, listen, you're getting a lot of hits on this hoodie here. We like this hoodie here too. You know what I mean? Let us know where we can get some from. We like this roll.
For sure. I was gonna talk about my closing thoughts. This is my guy.
I do like that.
Yeah, it's hot, man. Very hot. You know what I mean? But yeah. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Listen, I want Hurts to do a decent job. It's twofold for me. I'll be honest with you. Number one, because I just think him coming after Carson and him having to, still perform somewhat decent. I'm rooting for him. Secondly, listen, it's been this old adage back in the day from yesteryear that, black quarterbacks are just not intelligent enough to be successful. So I want him to be successful. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be afforded the same opportunities that you would afford a Carson Wentz or a Chase Daniels or Nick Sudfeld or Ben DiNucci. You know what I'm saying? No, Chase Daniels had the job coming into camp. Yeah. He's a bum. Oh,
you know hands down.
You know what I mean? So I want the same, like, black quarterbacks are scrutinized to another level than other quarterbacks, and I don't think that's fair. So it's a lot of pressure on him, and I want him to be able to succeed. You know what I mean? It's just anything. It's almost like, women coaches or women in leadership. They're under a lot more pressure than the average person. And I root for them. I root for anybody that is overcoming. And that's to be celebrated. So, you know, he's not going to get the same opportunities as others. So he has like one shot. This is his season, or he's done. His career in football is over if he doesn't be successful right now. Well, I know. It's over. If he doesn't show improve, he's done. Trust me, he's done. And he knows it.
Maybe.
He knows it.
Maybe.
He's done. I'm trying to tell you. Fitzpatrick, I mean, I love Fitz, right? Fitz magic, right? But yeah. Fitz wasn't all that in the beginning. He was a bum. He was a starter, and then he went to, you know, off the bench, but then he came in solid, you know, here and there. But he's gotten opportunity after opportunity. What other quarterback you know that's been a minority that's got that opportunity like that? No,
you're right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you're done. You're done. You know what I mean? Cam got an opportunity, but he ain't making most of it. I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I'm rooting for Hurts. I'm rooting for him.
I hope that. Listen, I mean, anybody who's rooting against Jalen Hurts, I don't understand it. Like, he's our quarterback now, so I want him to succeed too. I'm rooting for him.
Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. So that's just my feeling on that, though.
Okay. I mean, you know, now, Jay, to kind of get into the final thoughts, you said you had another question you were going to save for the final thought.
You know what? I want to talk about, or I want to get your thoughts of the role that sports does play in, you know, social action and, you know, and social situations in the world today, in societal issues. I think, you know, we touched on it when we went on a show, what, Tuesday? Was it Tuesday? When they rendered the decision for George Floyd?
Yep. Yeah, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, and I have to agree that I think that sports played a part in that. You know what I'm saying? You know, bringing that type of, attention to a common problem, a common societal problem. On the heels of that, isn't it ironic that on the heels of that, while we were celebratory of a situation, you know, kind of going in a direction of change, that there was another situation that same day where a police officer shot an African-American female 4 times. And it's, I think that, you know, when the verdict came down, we, you know, everybody, I mean, you know, you saw a myriad of cultures, you know, and backgrounds coming together as one in celebration that, okay, you know what, this particular problem is being identified. But before the momentum can even begin, another situation happened the same day where a young Black African-American female, Ma'Khia Bryant, was shot 4 times, you know, by a police officer. And I just want to say, and I just want to, you know, and maybe, you know, if you guys have some thoughts or whatever, that's fine. I think that it's your role as a person that has been blessed to have a platform to speak on those issues. Whatever reason, I was in Facebook and I was going through some things, and I really got to commend LeBron. And some may say that Jordan is better than LeBron, and I would have to say
So you want to commend LeBron? Go ahead, because LeBron had a questionable action too.
No, he did.
He did.
So
go ahead, though.
But I defend LeBron and I commend LeBron because he's not afraid to speak out and use his platform. Mm-hmm. And he's been told to just shut up and dribble. but he's still not afraid to do it. Now, he might have misspoke, which is okay. I'm okay with that. Okay. But the fact that he's utilizing his platform and he's not going to be controlled by masses is what I commend him to. He's not just thinking about his bottom line exclusively. Okay. Because everybody thinks about their bottom line, but he's not thinking about it exclusively. Whereas Jordan thought about his bottom line exclusively, but it was a different time too. So, it was a different time. It was more acceptable to speak out more in 2000s than it was in 1980s. So I get that, you know what I mean? So I just want to kind of see what y'all thoughts are, if y'all can kind of speak to that a little bit. If you want to, it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll speak on a little bit. Like this one of a lot of the things that happened, this one kind of troubled me. Because I think there's so many people in this situation that could have done better.
Right.
I think, the adults that were around the whole situation, watching it take place, I think, they need to have a responsibility to kind of step in and do whatever they can to prevent that even escalating to that situation. Mm-hmm. I think the police officer, I think, and this is, I don't know all the facts of it. I think when the girl tackled the one girl right in front of him, I think he could have kind of subdued the whole thing right then and there. And then when she gets up with the knife and attacks the other girl in the car, and it's funny. It's not funny. It's interesting that I saw a parent that I know said, what would you have wanted the police officer to do if it was your daughter that was up against the car, about to get stabbed? What would you have wanted him to do in that situation? And it's like, looking at it that way, I get it.
Angle, yeah, absolutely.
I get it. I completely get it. And then the other thought that talking about it with my boy Fred, who's always on the show, always listening to the show, he said there's got to be a step before a bullet, and I think, and I don't know, I don't know enough about the police training and all that kind of stuff, but I think there's got to be a step in this kind of situation. This is a domestic situation. We're going into a neighborhood. There's a young woman with a knife. There's got to be a step before that. And maybe there wasn't enough time to think about it. And I'm not trying to excuse anybody or defend anybody, but I just think there's so many people that could have done a better job in this situation that could have prevented what happened. And obviously the police officer had the most final act, which is what is going to be talked about the most, which deserves it. But I just think all those other people that were standing around watching and not really trying to help out, this goes on your shoulders too.
I mean, I agree. I mean, so like, just to go back, Jay, to what you were saying about LeBron using his platform, and I thought that he more than almost was probably the athlete that did it the most in the right ways. And, he connected with people of all cultures, all backgrounds. People say, I love LeBron. I love LeBron. He was able to bring light to so many things. And then now, of course, you have the people who want to jump on him for posting your next picture with the picture of the cop. And you know what? And I think you have to understand that he was doing that out of anger. And it was doing it out of just a frustration. But people are going to take that as the bigger picture of like, see, that's why you shouldn't use your platform. And I kind of understand why he did it. Do I think that it's wrong? No. I mean, do I think that it's right? No, not at all. I think that athletes should use their platform in the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, WNBA, whatever it is, to be able to stand up for what they believe in.
Right. Now, wait. Now, what did he say? What did LeBron say?
So LeBron, we got a lot of flack because he put up a picture of the cop that shot Michaela Bryant.
Mm-hmm. Micaiah
Bryant, excuse me,
mm-hmm.
and said, "You're next." So that got a lot of red flags from a lot of people of like, "Oh, there you go, LeBron. You're just one of them." That's what I heard from a lot of people that, obviously were white.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Just one of them?
That's a lot of people I heard. People who are racist, people who want to, who don't.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know what I mean? See, to me, I agree. Not to cut you though, Randy. But I agree with Fred, and that's what I'm saying. Like, where it's like, wow, like you went right to that, to the end all be all, the bullet. You could have.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you think LeBron should have gotten that there should have been some kind of action for him posting the "Your Next" picture with the picture of the police officer?
What do you mean by action?
Yeah,
do you think that he should have been held accountable in some way for making like a threatening post like that?
I don't even know how threatening it was. I mean, in my opinion, but that's my vantage point. I'm not sure.
And I agree. But a lot of people looked at it and say that that's a threatening post.
A lot of people that stand with privilege, I can imagine.
Well,
absolutely.
Hold on. What is he's saying? Wait, he's saying you're next, that you're going to be prosecuted. Not that you're next, we're coming after you.
And listen, you're right, and that's what people took it that way.
Well, I mean, that's just ignorance. That's ignorance.
Right.
It is.
So
it is,
especially coming on the same day after the Derek Chauvin thing. I think LeBron was super out of line. I don't think he shouldn't have posted that at all. And I think when you say accountable, should he be accountable for posting that when it's probably not the right thing to post? Yeah. Should he be accountable? Like, I mean, I don't know how else he would be accountable. Like, is he getting suspended or anything like that? No, I don't think it's that. I think should he, and he took it down because I think he knew it was wrong, and I think he put up enough. I think he put up his message on why he took it down.
Yes.
I think was completely transparent. But no, I mean, like, yeah, he was. I don't think that needed to be said at that time, especially without knowing all the details of everything that was going on. But I don't think, for people to take that as a threatening post, as this guy, like who he's saying you're the next one that's going to be prosecuted in this whole thing, just like Chauvin did. Like, I don't, I didn't see it any other way until you just brought that up.
No, and that's why I brought it up, because like you say, it shed light on how it's perceived by people from all different angles. So
yeah, I'll be honest with you. If I'm in my emotions, I'm okay with the post, but I'm emotional. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm thinking more irrational, where I'm balancing, again, we all have a balance that we have to teeter. Then I'm like, okay, no, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get it. You know what I mean? My emotions say, yo, come on, damn. How many? I mean, it gotta be other cultures.
And another one happened yesterday, just in Virginia.
It gotta be other cultures that have similar situations, like with a knife and whatever, and they don't go to that extreme.
Oh. Well, so, I mean, look, if you want to bring that up, all you have to do is look at a significant number of mass shootings and who was the person, and it was a person who was white, and they were able to be brought down, very calmly. In situations, they were given medical treatment, they were given bottles of water. So, I mean, look, at the end of the day, if you can't say that there's not something wrong, then you're just turning a blind eye.
So that's why I'm like, LeBron took it down. I think that he had to, because he has to balance that brand now, because now that's his livelihood. So it's like, hey, it's not good for your brand. But how many minorities are in that position? And why are we in that position? That's the thing. Why do you mute? Why are you allowed to mute my voice, but yet other cultures are not they don't even have a mute button. It's all good. But you have to mute me. Because now, you know what? I'm outside of myself. It's a perspective, it's a view. And that's the problem. That cop had a certain view. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to deal with. It's the perspective, because you can't tell me that there are not other cultures that are in a battle like that, a knife battle where, cops come to break it up. You can't tell me that the cop didn't feel threatened for his life. So to me, I feel like that's where you're supposed to use that. If your life, and I get it, because maybe he might have felt like that woman's life was in danger. I get that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a great point you brought up, Coach. Maybe he felt like that woman's life was in danger. But then at the same time, why you ain't come with the taser or whatever? And then secondly, they tell me that he hadn't even been on the force long. He was still a rookie cop. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't. It's tough. It's always tough. And I tell my man Golden, it's always tough when you're not in those positions. You know what I'm saying? So I could speak on it, but I ain't no cop, yo. So I'm not going into the battlefield, and my life ain't in danger every time I clock in for work. So I can't, you know what I mean? So I'm ignorant in that regard. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta believe that you could have tased her and got the same result, and you would, because what you wanted to do was to stop her from attacking that other woman. You could have tased her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. But again, I balance emotions versus the objectivity of me, still needing to make money and feed my kids. So,
at the end of the day, to go back to your original thought, your original question of should athletes be able to use, and should they use their platform to speak out on social issues and social injustice and what they believe in? I absolutely think they do. And I think that, you should use that platform, that if you're given that ability to have that ground to speak on, you should. Anyone that says you shouldn't, I think that's wrong. I think that athletes should absolutely be able to be, I'm not just an athlete, I'm a person attached to this athlete.
Right.
So, I think it's going to be an ongoing thing. It's absolutely going to be an ongoing thing. And I think that you're going to have continued talks and continued progress. But, like you said, just the other day when you thought there was progress, then there's more setbacks. So,
Yeah, it is what it is. It's all good.
No, absolutely. But like I said, it's not, like you said, it's all good in that, we can have conversation about it. But like you said, like we've said on other shows and other episodes, things are finally coming to light and discussions being had that never even used to be coming to the forefront. So, but discussion, action needs to follow it up.
No, absolutely. And I think and I really think, and kudos to, you, Coach, and kudos to you, Randy. I think for us to even us having that conversation, I think it's a great conversation, and it does to kind of push the agenda of just bringing light to the situation, because that's all that wants to be done, is bringing light to it and be participatory in that initiative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I said, like we talked about, the day of the George Floyd verdict, like you talked to the boys on the baseball team about it and how that can impact their life themselves and
right.
making smart choices so they don't find themselves in those situations.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But like I said, it is, and it's going to continue to be a conversation. Jay, I know that was part of your final thought. I know you have some more final thought. You want me to go over to Coach, get his final thoughts, and we'll come back over to you.
All right.
So my final thoughts, just hoping the Sixers can kind of put things back together and in time for the playoffs here, which I think they will. So I'm not too stressed about it. But I wanted to bring up my boy Brad Rhodes. This is his shirt from his company, Rhodes to Success. So Brad's father, Frank, was a huge friend to University of New Hampshire basketball team when I was there. And Brad was always around, little kid running around rebounding for me and things like that. tragically lost his mother some years back, and he became himself a very good high school, college basketball player, and now he has his own company, basketball coach and basketball trainer up in New Hampshire, rose to success. So definitely look him up, man. He's a great kid, doing great things, man. I'm excited to rep him, and I'm really super excited to go up there this summer. And I'm definitely gonna get in on some of his workouts and help him out with some stuff. So Brad Rose, good dude, good people, man, and just want to give him a shout out.
No doubt, no doubt. Let's clap him up a little quick. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I saw the button. No, I do like that. I do like that hoodie, Coach.
Yeah.
Jay, what's your final thoughts?
Let us know how we can get some.
Definitely.
Yeah, I would be on board with that.
For sure.
Yeah. My final thoughts is, like I said, the Sixers, definitely, wanting them to kind of show improve. I think it's a good game on at 3:30. What is that? That's the Nets game. And is it Phoenix?
I think it's Phoenix.
That's going to be a good game. So, kind of excited for that. Excited to just have a good week, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to my stepmom. She's doing good. So, definitely, excited about her and her road to recovery. Also, just, listen, I think it's going to hit the 80s this week. So, that's going to be good. I'm not sure how the barbecue is going to work now. Like when you on a special diet and you like eating right, like you can't really barbecue. You can't go to no barbecues like that. You got to go to because I mean hot dogs, hamburgers, ribs. You know what I'm saying? That's barbecue food. Now if you eat, you got to have like a soy burger, or what I'm saying, you gotta have some barbecue cauliflower and shit like. People say, well, stay your ass home. Don't even come to the barbecue or eat before you come. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not putting any turkey burgers on my grill.
Oh, I would. Well, damn. I didn't even mention turkey burgers is banging on the grill. Eat turkey burger? Coach, you don't even know the turkey burger?
I do turkey burgers. I do veggie burgers. I do it all.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Oh, see, they got new.
Maybe that's why my cholesterol is high and I'm 35 years old.
Yeah, but at the same time, y'all the GGs though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the GGs. Y'all the gas grillers. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't really do right. See, y'all don't do the charcoal. So I don't know. But anyway, looking forward to the
grilling all winter. I haven't stopped grilling.
Listen, my father used to always say too, like if it's not raining, you can grill. And he used to. So.
Now, did your pops had a gas grill?
No. Well, we had the charcoal, then we had the gas. We did have a gas vent.
Okay. Yeah, but I got a gas grill too. I've only used it one time though. But I will say that, listen, I'm just looking forward to the weather, looking forward to a good week, man. So that's my final thoughts, man. I'm excited about what's going on too.
Are you back on a eating healthy kick?
Yeah, I've actually been doing really good for the last about a month. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been pretty much doing, watching what I eat, eating healthy, exercising, walking, boxing, just trying to, kind of just be healthy. You know what I mean? I got my 45th birthday coming up. So, I wanna live. I'm trying to reach 90, man. So through the grace of God. So I'm trying to stay on it. And I don't ever want to get old. You know how people get older, they start taking medication for different things. I don't want to take nothing. So that's what I'm striving for. I take vitamins. That's it. I don't take nothing. And I want to keep it that way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to stay alive, man. So eating healthy, maybe, a little here and there, we'll slip, I had some pizza yesterday. So, we're here and there, man. We trying to, stay okay, man. I made some salmon. You ever had salmon steaks on the grills? Oh,
I'm
man.
I'm a big salmon fan.
Huge salmon.
Man.
I got some in the fridge right now.
Oh, man, it was delicious, man. The salmon had salmon. And I got a secret, though. I'm going to throw it out there. I made spaghetti for the kids on the grill. I don't know. You got to have my famous barbecue smoked spaghetti.
How do you do that?
You cook it on the grill.
So you put the pot on the grill?
That's right. And you cook it. You cook the hamburger. Oh, I have a turkey meat, turkey sausage. You cook it all on the grill. You got that smoke, but I got the charcoal. You got the smoke. Then you add your sauce and you do your thing, man.
Okay.
I've done macaroni and cheese like that. I want to do lasagna like that too. It just gives a different flavor. You know what I'm saying? But that's for the charcoal grillers. Like, I don't know, the gas grillers, I'm not sure if that'll work like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, there is a difference between the charcoal and propane, but I mean,
the propane quick and easy though. I ain't gonna lie to you though.
Yeah, I mean, you press a button and you're ready to go.
You're ready to go. You want a quick burger? Boom, you're done in 15 minutes, man.
Absolutely.
As opposed to my about an hour, hour and 15 minutes.
Getting it going, making sure they're all nice and even.
Right, so, get the fire right, and
No, listen. I mean, I know that when last time I was at the doctor, they told me I had to start watching my cholesterol.
Oh, okay.
And, I was like, oh man. So
yeah, take the fish oil pill.
I can't do that. No, man. I'll be burping up the fish all the time. I can't do that.
No, they got pills that you don't burp it up. No burp. No. Okay. Well, you still wake up 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Well, it wakes up 11, 12 o'clock.
Well, you can't listen. You said that you guys set alarms to wake up, right?
Well, no, if I don't, I mean, I will wake up easily. I'll wake up every day before 8 o'clock without an alarm.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Okay. But my final thought, though, I mean, obviously, I said I want to see the Sixers get it back on track. I think they will. I'm excited about the draft coming up on Thursday night for NFL, just to see, what happens, who gets drafted where. A lot of question marks, just all over the board about who's going to get drafted for what teams. I'm obviously, focused on the Eagles and what they're going to do. And, as usual, I can't stray away, just see what the Phillies do. I mean, look, they got to win today. It would be 2 out of 3. That's all we're hoping for. And got 2 more games this week. We got Penn Tech on Monday, and we have Cherry Hill West on Friday. So hoping for some more growth and success with the team.
How have the games been close or competitive or? I
mean, the kids have made some progress. Okay. We're going to say, I can tell you this: you can see the growth. You can see the growth. I mean, even I was telling the kids the other day, so we lost to Seneca on Friday. And it was 14-4. It was rough, but I told them what was that?
At least you scored though.
No, and that's the thing. We actually had like a 4-run inning where they executed a double steal, and they were aggressive on the bases. I mean, you're talking about kids who some of them had never stolen a base in their life, and now they're executing a double steal. And it was fun. It was good to see, and the excitement in their eyes is something that was worth more than a victory for now. So,
right.
It was. I will laugh though. I had one young man in our game. It was his first game ever playing high school ball, and unfortunately he took one off the wrist, and and he came in to me and he said, Coach, he said he didn't have to swing the bat that hard. He said he was trying to hurt me, and I said, no, he wasn't.
Oh man, but that's good camaraderie. That's good rapport that you got with him. That he
it was great. It was good. It was good. Like I said, we had good progress. Like I said, after the game the other day, we said look at it. After that 4th inning or whatever, you outscored this team 4-1. So you kind of look at these little victories. We got a game Monday, which is a winnable game against Penn Tech, and hopefully we'll get some. We'll get one.
All right.
So, but then we got Cherry Hill West on Friday, and they are a juggernaut. So
where's that game at? Where's the West game at?
That's at West.
I might have to. I got to check out their pitcher. I'm good friends with his dad now, so I got Sean Davis. I don't know if he's gonna be pitching, but I got to check him out.
Oh, listen. I mean, West is they're 3-0 so far. and they've outscored their opponents like 40-1.
Wow.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, and I have a couple kids that are playing for their team that I coached this past summer, and they're young, they're good. So, but yeah, come check it out. Our game is Friday.
Cool.
So, all right. With that said, Jay, any final thought? Anything else?
No, man. Listen, good luck to everybody. And good luck to you, man. Phenomenal job, you guys doing, coaching the youth, man. So, keep it, good, keep being great, bro.
I appreciate that. With that said, once again, for Marcus Bullock and Jason Bryce, I'm Randy Duncan. Like and follow us on Facebook. Again, also on YouTube, the Four Walls Foundation page. Always look for people to join us. Follow us during the week. Always doing our updates on our Facebook page. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.